Google Flow have been out for a while and there have been a lot of hype around the VO3 video generation model. And in this video, I'll be dragging you along as I play around with it to find out if it's actually worth the hype. Because I did try out VO2 when it was actually released and it wasn't really that good. It wasn't really that good, including Sora. So if this end up being just like View 2, I won't actually suffer through it alone. You'll definitely be experiencing it with me. So we're going to be trying out a few prompts and I'll also compare it to View 2. So see if it actually does a much better job. Now, Flow is basically the creative interface or let's say the wrapper and VO3 is the video generation model. So what we'll definitely be testing is VO3 and VO2. Those are the two video generation models, but we'll be playing around with those two models in Google Flow. Now, these are some examples of what has been generated. I do not know if these were actually cherry picked, but at the end of the day, we're going to try it out and maybe it actually does this good of a job consistently. We'll actually see. So let's head over to Google Flow. So these are the few tests that I've actually run, and this was the most recent, and that's what we're going to be using in this video. Okay, now over here in this project, I started here. This was the prompt, and we actually used VO3, the fast version. If you click on the settings icon, you can see the model. You can select the one you want. I used this one for this particular video. I also used VO3, the quality version, in a later video, but let's check the prompt out. Actually says a sports car drifts through neon lit rainwashed streets at night. The vehicle fishtails past illuminated storefronts while police cruisers blaze in hot pursuit. There are red and blue lights reflecting off the wet asphalt. Camera follows with a low dolly shot, hugging the spinning wheels as sparks arc from the undercarriage. The driver, a woman in her 30s with determined eyes, grips the steering wheel tightly. She accelerates through a narrow alley, the engine roaring powerfully. Then we have the audio. That's good. So let's play it and see. So so that's basically 8 seconds. That's what it actually generates. And I did try another one, this time with the VO3, the quality model. Let's play it. It's not bad. It's not bad. This time there are two passengers, or let's say there are two people in the car. And this one I actually tried recently, and I used View 2, the fast version. So it's actually changed it. I said a black McLaren, and I also added something here that states that a woman in her 30s with determined eyes grips the steering wheel tightly as the camera shot zooms in on her in slow motion for a moment. So I added this part as the camera shot zooms in on her in slow motion for a moment. So I wanted to do something cinematic, something we actually see in the movies. But let's see how it actually turned out. This was with View 2. It didn't have any audio and it was really horrible because that's basically View 2. Now let's play this one and see how it actually turns out. He did a pretty decent job, and this is View 3, the fast model. It actually got the car and gave it the same color, black. The only problem was the police vehicles were actually parked, as you can actually see. It's not like there was any pursuit at all, so he still did a terrible job with that. Anyways, another prompt we're going to be trying out is this. We're going to see an Asian wizard with a long silver beard and deep blue robes stands atop a mountain peak during a thunderstorm. Lightning illuminates his weathered face, sorry, as he raises a glowing crystal staff toward the dark sky. Magical energy spirals around him in brilliant purple and gold streams. The camera circles him in a dramatic 360-degree arc while storm clouds swirl overhead. He chants in an ancient tongue by the power of the eternal elements. I command the storm to cease. His voice echoes with mystical authority. Then we actually add the audio prompt, which is really cool. Now let's switch to view 3. And this time let's choose something better. Let's choose the view 3 quality model. As you can see here, it's 100 credits. That's something to actually take note of. If we actually select the fast, that's 20 credits. And since I do not have much credits, I'm just going to be trying this out this once, and on our next prompt we're going to be using the normal view 3 fast version that's way cheaper. Now let's speed it up. So it's actually done generating. Let's play it and hear how it actually sounds.
By the power of the eternal elements, I command the storm to cease. By the power of the eternal elements.
Even though this is the quality model, view 3 quality version, like it's meant to be way more quality. I don't know why it doesn't look realistic, because when I saw what other people were generating, they actually look really realistic. But so far I've been getting things that looks like a game. It actually looks like a game, like CGI, like terrible CGI, or
by the power of the
or something for a game. So I don't know. Maybe we'll actually update the prompt to have maybe something realistic. Let's add that. And let's switch this from this to the fast version. Now let's send it. So it's actually done. They actually look similar, but it doesn't really matter. We described the wizard, same with the robe. So let's play it.
By the power of the eternal elements.
Wait,
by the power.
what was that? What exactly was that? Like, was he dying or trying to die? Oh my god, this is very like he was actually supposed to say, by the power of the eternal elements, I command the storm to cease. Like he didn't actually complete it. Instead, he said that maybe the storm was actually too strong for him. anyways, let's be serious. Okay.
Of the eternal elements.
This is really hilarious. Yes, I actually played around with the frame to video, this option right here. If you want to go for ingredients to video, then you have to subscribe to the ultra plan, as you can see here. But since I'm in the pro plan, I am stuck with just these two. So for the frames to video, all you need to do is provide the text and an image. So that's what I actually did in this particular test, these two right here, and I'm gonna play them. But first of all, let me show you the image I actually provided. So this was the image I passed in to generate that particular video. This was the frame I actually passed in together with a text prompt. So this is the text prompt. The calm lake surface begins to ripple gently as a soft breeze picks up. Autumn leaves start falling one by one from the colorful trees, some landing on the water and creating small circular ripples. A family of ducks swims into frame from the left, gliding peacefully across the water. The camera slowly pans right to reveal more of the shoreline. Golden sunlight filters through the trees, creating dancing light patterns on the water surface. Then for the audio, we have gentle water lapping. That's for the ducks. Leaves rustling in the breeze. Soft quacking of the ducks. Blah blah blah. So for view 2, this is what we actually use here. View 2, the fast model. We won't actually get any audio. So we already know that from our previous test. So let's play this. You see the blunder, as you can see, it made a blunder here. A very small error. But anyways, let's take a look at the one that was generated with view 3, the quality model. The same prompt and the same image. So it made a blunder here also. It's just crazy how this thing makes very, very crazy mistakes. And it doesn't actually go through with the audio. Like here we actually see it. And subtle nature ambience with a peaceful acoustic guitar melody playing softly in the background. It didn't actually do that. And I'm not sure I even heard any quacking from the dogs. Just the water. That's all. So it actually sounded more like this video was taken somewhere close to a waterfall or maybe on a highway or something because of the constant noise. Because normally you hear cricket and then sublime sounds maybe from birds and all that. But we didn't actually get any of that and we didn't even get the acoustic guitar melody. So that's terrible. So our next test is still going to be on frames to videos, but this time we're going to ask to generate an image for us. I think it will use imaging or something. So we'll come back to this once it's done. So it's actually done. I actually tweaked the prompt a bit. This was the result. Also this and this. We can actually use this. So let's use the image and we're going to pass in a prompt. So this is the prompt I'm passing in. The black and white photo suddenly burst into full color as if someone cast a magic spell. The family members in the portrait start to move naturally. The father adjusts his tie and winks at the camera. The mother smooths her dress and smiles warmly, and the children start giggling and making silly faces. The background transforms from a plain studio backdrop to a vibrant 1950s living room with period furniture materializing from them. A record player appears and starts spinning with music notes floating in the air. The father starts snapping his fingers, blah 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 blah. Then we have our audio here. Anyways, let's switch this to view 3, the fast version. Let's go. So we can't actually use this with view 3D fast. I think we can do that with view 3 quality. So we'll come back once this is done. So it's done generating the video. Let's play this. What am I looking at? Does he have an eye patch or something? All of a sudden his face morphed. This is so weird. And the children actually changed. There were 3 boys and 2 girls. Here there's only 1 boy and 3 girls. And there's no audio for some reason. Wow. Wow. This was really, really excruciatingly painful to watch. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the frame to video. I'm gonna do one last test, just one last test. This time we are going to use the normal text to video. I'm going to paste the prompt in. It's a more comprehensive prompt than the one we actually tried earlier. Anyways, it says it's midnight at a prestigious art museum and all the paintings and sculptures come alive for their secret weekly dance party. The Mona Lisa steps out of her frame wearing disco platform shoes and declares it's time to get this renaissance started. Van Gogh's Starry Night becomes a swirly disco ball as the painted stars literally start spinning and casting sparkles across the room. Classical marble statues break into synchronized dance breakdancing, their stone limbs moving impossibly smoothly. The screen painting by Munch becomes the DJ. Its mouth now open in delight as it spins the records and shouts, "Let me hear you scream with joy." Picasso's cubist figures rearrange their body parts to create perfect dance moves, while Egyptian hieroglyphics climb off ancient tablets to form a conga line. Security cameras spinning widely, trying to keep up with all the action. The party reaches its peak when the Statue of Liberty, a miniature museum replica, crowd surfs over the dance artwork, over the dance artworks. Her touch lighting up the room with like a concert. And we have the camera work and we also have the audio. Anyways, what we're gonna be using is View 3, the quality model. Okay, now let's go. Okay, it's done generating the video. Let's play it.
It's time to get this renaissance started.
D, let me hear you scream joy.
It's time to get this renaissance started.
D, let me hear you.
This is This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, and there was so much hype around VO3. I actually expected something way much better. I expected something way much better. Especially since this prompt is way more elaborate or way more comprehensive than the previous one I actually tried. So it's weird. It's really weird. And Mona Lisa wasn't even speaking.
It's time to get this renaissance started.
Like her lips wasn't actually moving. She didn't even leave the painting. Like she was just like she was stuck in the in between. Like just her legs. It's honestly weird. It's just really weird. Anyways, and they were hyping this so much, saying it's going to replace filmmakers or it's going to help filmmakers. This is not even near filmmaking like quality. I honestly don't know. Maybe someone would actually, with more credits, can actually do more because you're going to have to change the prompts. You're going to have to do a lot of tweaking to get something really nice from this. But I do think instead of filmmakers, I think this would actually be really good for content creators. Those who actually don't know how to do VFX and CGI and all those stuff like that, but they want to actually create something really nice and they want to add to their clip. That would be really awesome. That would be really cool. So that's what I actually think. I think it's best for those kind of people, content creators, um, people, storytellers that post on YouTube, things like that. You can actually do a lot using this particular model, but you're going to have to spend a lot of credits to actually get there. And you can also extend the scene. You can add to the scene. You can actually extend the video because by default it generates 8 seconds of clip, but you can actually keep extending it and create something amazing. But View 3 is not there yet. The hype around it was just crazy. And that's the reason why I didn't want to create a video on it. Because the hype was crazy. And yet it's still not even there. But I do think maybe View 4 or View 5, we might actually get there. Something cinematic and for filmmakers. Maybe by then it would actually be way much better than this. Because right now the model is really confused. Because even apart from the fact it still messes up when it comes to the video generation, even the audio generation is still kind of like it misses a lot because it does omit audio sometimes like it did here. It omitted um the peaceful acoustic guitar melody playing softly in the background. It omitted that. It omitted the soft squawking of dogs. It omitted the subtle nature ambience, blah blah blah. And then here it generated a video where the wizard was basically dying. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for joining me on this journey, this exploration journey. Thank you for joining me. And make sure you do like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or you just want to see more content from this channel. Make sure you do hit that bell notification icon. It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you for watching. Have a nice one.